When I said this was the best fake set ever in the title, I wasn't kidding. Look at how much stuff is in here. This is absolutely insane. This set comes with 6 bays, some launchers, and the foldable stadium. So this set is from SB, so all the products in here are SB, and I will leave the link of this set in the description box down below so you can get one for yourself. So in this video, we're going to be reviewing all of the bays, we're going to be weighing them, we're going to be seeing if they come with the correct parts, as well as comparing them to the real versions. And we're also going to take a quick look at the foldable stadium. Let's start off with the winder launcher. We have a classic winder launcher. The plastic does feel a bit cheap, but at least the ripcord is nice and straight. And the launcher does feel pretty nice. Next up, we have this grip. And it is just a normal grip. The plastic actually feels just like the real one. Let's see if it fits in well with the ripcord launcher. And yeah, nice. Next up, we have a string launcher. It says here Thunder Gyro X winder launcher, this is not a winder, this is a string. The string does come back very quickly, but it doesn't feel bad at all. And we're gonna be testing these launchers later in the video. Okay, so the funniest thing just happened. While I was picking up the stadium box, I noticed that there was a rush bit just stuck on the back of the box. I don't think this is supposed to be in here, but I just find it so hilarious that somehow this rush bit just got stuck on the back of the box. And I actually needed another rush bit, so this is amazing. Okay, here we have all the bays. We have the 2 Pegasus Blast, one with the original colors and one with the red metal coat. And we have the white Samurai Steel, as well as Tricerapress, and we have Whale Flame and Cerus Flame. And this set also comes with 1 ratchet and 4 bits. Let's see which bits we have. So, oops, I dropped one of them. We have a white flat, we have a blue taper, another taper, and an orange ball bit. And for the ratchet, we have a yellow 380. And I think these parts are not from SB, they're actually from MQ, because the bits don't have any screws in them. Alright, let's start off with the blue Pegasus Blast. Let's open this up and see how it looks. So it does come with this weird tool, and I think this is actually to help you unlock the blade. And for some reason, the SB tool does look different than the TT and Flame one, but let's see if it still works. And yeah, it does still work. Okay, now let's take a look at the blade. So they did wrap it separately, and it looks really, really nice. And the lock chip is really tight. It is way tighter than the TT one. You actually need to use the tool to get it off, which is a good thing. I would rather the lock chip being tight than loose. Here we have the lock chip. So the colors do look a bit washed on the SB brand. Here we have the Flame one and we have the TT one. As you guys can see, we have more detail on the Flame and TT one. SB is a bit worse, but it is not that big of a difference. And the plastic on the SB one is less transparent than the other ones. Now let's take a look at the main blade. The metal coat actually looks really nice. Let's compare it to the Flame brand. The colors do look similar. And here we have TT. Yeah, all of the colors on all the brands look really, really good. Okay, now let's check the weight. Here we have SB, 34 grams. Now we have TT. 33 grams, okay, now Flame, also 33 grams. Okay, so the SB one is heavier than TT and Flame. Now we have the assist blade. The assist blade looks really, really good. Comparing it to the TT one, it looks exactly the same. And here we have Flame. So Flame is more transparent than both SB and TT. Alright, so for the blade, the SB Pegasus Blast looks really, really, really good. Now let's move on to the ratchet slash bit and look at this. The colors are completely off. Here we have the TT one to compare it to, and for some reason, the yellow is green on the SB one. And here is the Flame Turbo, and same thing, the color is off. And also, they also changed the tip. So here we have the TT one, it looks like this. So Flame also changed theirs. They smoothed out the edges, the kind of star shape. But SB did the exact opposite of Flame. They made it super, super rough. Here I have TT on the right and SB on the left, and as you guys can see, the SB tip looks more rough and like more cubed. And it is also significantly wider than the TT one and the Flame one, so this is gonna be super, super aggressive in the stadium. But the gimmick does in fact work. Now let's check the burst resistance. Oh, this is really, really good burst resistance. Alright, so the SB Pegasus Blast, apart from the bed being just weird, it does look pretty good. Now let's move on to the red Pegasus Blast. We're gonna go through this one quickly because it is basically the same thing as the blue one, only the color is different. As you guys can see, The bit also has this weird shape, but the color is accurate. Here we have the flame one. Okay, so the plastic, the white plastic is actually a bit different on the SB one. Now let's take a look at the blade. It looks really good and it looks identical to the flame one. And unlike the flame brand, they did not misplace the sticker. And the assist blade on SB is completely transparent, unlike the flame one. And there is some glitter in the assist blade. And the lock chip is not as tight as the blue one. Now let's check the burst resistance. Oh, the burst resistance is actually insane. Oh my god, this is not bursting anytime soon. Okay, let's check the weight. We have the red SB one, 31 grams. Now we have the blue SB one, also 41 grams. So these are identical. Okay, so Pegasus Blast looks really good, apart from the blue one having a different color and the tip being a different shape. But we'll have to see the performance difference in the stadium later in the video. Now let's move on to our next bay. We have Cerus Flame. And the lock chip here is also super tight. I have to use the tool to help me unlock it. Now let's take a look at the lock chip. I don't have the real TT lock chip to compare it to, but I do have the flame one. And the colors on the SB are slightly less vibrant than the flame one. Now we have the flame main blade, and it does look really good. Let's compare it to the flame one. So the plastic on SB is more transparent than the flame one. Now let's check the weight. We have the SB one, 30 grams. Now we have the flame one, 27 grams. Okay, so the flame one is way lighter than the SB one. And I think SB is also heavier than the TT one because I think TT weighs about 29 grams. Now we have the wheel assist blade and it looks pretty good. Comparing it to the flame one, yeah, they look identical. Now let's check the weight. We have SB, 8 grams. Now flame, 7 grams. Okay, so the SB one is a bit heavier than the flame one. Okay, so for the blade, it looks really good. Now let's move on to the ratchet. We have 580. So they did give us the correct ratchet. Let's see if it fits in well with the blade. And yeah, it fits in super nicely. Now for the bit, we have wall ball and it looks really good. Let's compare it to the flame one. Yeah, they look basically the same. Now let's see if it fits in well with the ratchet. And yeah, it fits in super nicely. SB never disappoints in terms of the ratchets. And the flame brand one didn't even come with the correct ratchet. They gave us 680 instead of 580. And also the lock chip on the flame one is super loose. Alright, so the SB Cerus Flame is a 10 out of 10. It is way better than the flame one. It is heavier and it comes with the correct parts and all the parts fit in well with each other, unlike flame. Now let's move on to our next bay. We have Whale Flame. Okay, we also have the same tool. Now let's see the blade. Alright, let's take it apart. Yep, it is super tight. We have to use the tool. The lock chip, it looks pretty good. Compared to the flame one, the plastic is less vibrant than the flame one, and also the lock chip colors are less vibrant than the flame one. Now for the main blade, it looks really good. Compared to the flame one, they look identical. Let's check the weight. We have SB, 30 grams. We have flame, 27 grams. So it is just like the red Cerus Flame. Now for the assist blade, we have the massive assist blade. Let's compare it to the flame one. The SB one is actually a bit darker than the flame one, and also I noticed that there's an extra bit of plastic here that is not supposed to be there. Okay, so the Whale Flame blade looks really good. Now let's move on to the ratchet. We have 385. It is just a 385, nothing special about it. Let's see if it fits in well with the blade. And yeah, now we have the bit. We have high taper. Oh, they actually gave us Unite. Okay, this is weird. Here I have the flame one. They gave us the correct bit. We have high taper, but for some reason SB gave us Unite instead of high taper. Let's see if it fits in well with the ratchet. And yeah, it fits in super nicely. Okay, for the SB Whale Flame, it looks really nice except for the bit. They gave us the wrong bit. Now let's move on to our next bay. We have Samurai Steel. This is the white metal coat. I think this was released as a Koro exclusive. Let's start off with the blade. Oh my god, this looks so good. Here I have the real Hasbro one. The colors aren't the same, but the blade is basically the same thing. Let's check the weight. So the SB one weighs 33 grams, while Hasbro weighs 31 grams. Alright, so the SB one is significantly heavier than the Hasbro one. Now for the ratchet, we have 570. The colors look really good. Let's see if it fits in well with the blade. And yeah, it fits in super nicely. And for the bit, we have gear flat, and like all of the fake gear flats, they always smooth out the edges. Okay, so for the Samurai Steel, it looks really, oh no, there is a gap in the blade between the plastic and the metal. Okay, this is weird. I don't know why there is a gap. It is not supposed to be there. Yeah, definitely not. So So it looks like they misaligned the plastic with the metal. I think you could fix this. Let me try and fix it actually. Here I have a screwdriver. Let me take off these screws and see if I can fix the alignment. So unfortunately, the problem is not in the alignment of the plastic. It is just the mold. It has these holes for some reason. So that is unfortunate. I'm honestly pretty disappointed by this. SB has never done anything like this in the past. I don't know if it's only mine or all of them are like this. If you have one of these, just let me know in the comments down below if yours also has the same problem. But other than that, it does look pretty nice. Now let's move on to our next and final bay. We have Tricerapress. Let's start off with the blade. We have the Tricerapress blade, and it looks pretty nice. Compared to the TT one, it looks pretty similar. Now let's check the weight. SB weighs 40 grams. Oh my god. And TT weighs 36 grams. 40 grams, a 4-gram difference. This is insane. Now let's move on to the ratchet. We have M85. Here we have SB on the left and TT on the right. So we do in fact have some metal on SB, but if you look closely, the height is different. The SB one is a bit shorter than the TT one, and also the metal sticks out more than the real one. Now let's check the weight. The SB one weighs 13 grams. Okay, this is heavier than TT. TT I think is 10 grams. Yeah, 10 grams. Okay. So this is shorter and also heavier. This is gonna be so OP. Especially paired with the 40-gram blade, this is gonna be unstoppable. Let's see if it has good burst resistance. Oh, this is insane burst resistance. The real one has pretty bad burst resistance, but the SB one has insane burst resistance. Now for the bit, we have bounce spike. So the color is a lot different than the real one. The real one is a lot darker. I don't know why they changed the color for some reason, but let's see if the gimmick still works. Okay, so it doesn't really work well with the fake ratchet, but let's see if it works well with the real one. Okay, so the gimmick does work, but not with the fake ratchet for some reason. Okay, so the SB Tricerapress, this bay is absolutely insane. The blade is 4 grams heavier than the TT one. The ratchet is also 4 grams heavier than the TT one, and it has also insane burst resistance, and it is shorter than the real one. The color of the bit is slightly off, and the gimmick doesn't really work with the fake ratchet, but it does work with other real ratchets. Alright, so overall it does look amazing. Oh no. And of course they messed something up. The metal is misaligned. Yeah, this is definitely gonna ruin the balance of the bay. Okay, now that we have reviewed all the bays, let's move on to the foldable stadium. Alright, here we have the foldable stadium, and the box looks identical to the Hasbro one. The only difference is instead of beybladex, we have Beys Super X. Let's open this up, and here we have the stadium. And in the box, we also have an instructions manual. Okay, so first impressions, the stadium is pretty heavy, and the plastic is not that cheap. Honestly, the plastic looks just like the Hasbro one. Okay, so to open up the stadium, we have these 2 tabs on each side. We just have to move them, just like this, and then we can open the stadium. All right, let's put the walls together. So we just put the wall like this, and then we push down on the tabs, and we do the same thing on the other side. All right, so honestly, the stadium looks super nice. The only kind of flaw that I see is that there's this hole in the middle. I honestly don't think that this is gonna impact the performance that much because we already have a massive line in the middle of the stadium. And the plastic of the stadium floor is not shiny, which is a good thing because these scratches are not gonna show that much. And honestly, the stadium doesn't feel cheap at all. I think the Hasbro one is like exactly the same in terms of materials, and it is also sturdier than the TT standard stadium. And we have exactly the same text and warnings like the Hasbro one. The only difference is instead of beybladex, we have Beys Super X. And we have 4 pockets on the corners, just like the Hasbro one. Now let's do some quick tests in the stadium because later I want to use the standard TT stadium to test our other Beyblades. Okay, now let's test this stadium. Let's start off by launching Samurai Steel on its own to see how it performs. Okay, so the extreme line does work super well. And yeah, it looks pretty good. Now let's do a couple of test battles in the stadium before moving to the standard TT stadium for the other tests. Okay. Big hits. This stadium does make a lot of noise. And Tricera wins. Ooh, big hits. So the Beys are not really using the extreme line. Oh, almost got a KO. And Tricerapress wins. Now let's do some attack types. Here I have Impact Drake and Dran Buster. Oh, huge hits. And Drake wins. Oh, yeah, this stadium makes a lot of noise, and we have a burst. This stadium is a lot of fun, and it is exactly like the Hasbro Stadium. Now let's go test these Beys properly in the standard TT Stadium. Alright, here we are at the stadium to test the fake SB Beys. Let's start off by testing the winder launcher. Oh, this launcher is complete crap. It completely cracked and skipped, and it is super weak. And as you guys can see, the teeth of the ripcord are completely ruined. Now let's test out the string launcher. Oh yeah. Yeah, this launcher is super good. The launcher is super powerful just like the real one, and it does not skip at all. Yeah, this launcher is amazing. Alright, now let's test out the SB Turbo bit to see the difference in performance because of how wide and different this bit is. Let's put it on the real Pegasus Blast blade. Let's start off with a test launch. Okay. Oh, extreme dash. Okay, the gimmick didn't activate yet. Let's help it lose some spin. Okay, for some reason it didn't activate. Oh, and it looks like the bit is stuck on the first mode, which is pretty weird. Maybe the gimmick is gonna work better in battle. Let's test it against the SB Tricerapress. Alright. Big hit, and we have a burst. Okay. Come on. The gimmick isn't activating for some reason. And Pegasus wins. Okay, now the gimmick activated. No, I broke my launcher. No, I just broke my launcher. No, this is a new launcher. I just broke it. Oh my god, no. There's no way. Okay, so it looks like the performance is pretty similar, but sometimes the gimmick just gets stuck and it doesn't activate. Now let's do some battles with Cerberus and Whale. So Whale does have Unite instead of High Taper, so it is not moving as much. Okay. Who's gonna win? And Cerberus wins. Oh, huge hits. And we have an overfinish. Now let's do Cerus Flame against Tricerapress. Oh my god! That was insane. The massive contact points on Tricerapress paired with its insane weight makes it absolutely deadly. Okay. Oh. It's gonna be pretty close actually. And Cerberus wins. Okay. Ooh, that was a massive hit. Oh, Tricerapress is tilting and we have a burst. And I want to give a huge shout out to channel member Requiem. I will leave his YouTube channel in the description box down below. And if you want to see some more fake Beybladex reviews, click here. This is a playlist with all of my fake Beybladex reviews videos. And make sure to let me know your thoughts about this amazing set in the comments down below. This was Cool Time, and I'll see you in the next video.